TSPN, streaming on the World Wide Web, and now on demand at TSPNTV.com. Hi everyone, Tom Slivick, and welcome to TSPN's News in Depth. And I'm happy to be here with Elizabeth Chapin-Pinotti, and you're the Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction.
Yes.
At the Amador School, Amador ACUSD.
And ACOE, yes. Both,
right,
both.
And in a way, we usually don't hear about the Office of Education, except to me, for special ed. But there's a couple things in that. There's county community school.
Yes.
Opportunity, which I saw here, and I have no idea what that is, so I want to have you talk to that for a second. Special ed that we mentioned, and then the new thing, or the wannabe new thing, the SVS, or the Shenandoah Valley School.
Yes.
Right? And we're here to basically talk about the Shenandoah Valley School. But what is the community school?
Community school is it is for students who have been expelled or for some other reason aren't necessarily on a regular district campus. So it's an alternative program for them.
Okay, it all came back to me. Okay, and where is that? Is that on the Plymouth area as well?
It is.
That's the rounded building?
It's actually the buildings behind it. There are new buildings behind it.
Okay.
Well, relatively new to us.
All right. Okay, so it was like a building that was left over from World War II or something.
Like a Quonset hut.
Yeah. Right.
But not really. It just looks like it.
Okay. All right. Several times I've been here, in Amador County. My kids went to school here. They got in at I think John was in the 4th grade probably. So, a long time. And in the years, maybe the last 10 years or so, we've tried to come up with a few different kind of schools here, and the board didn't like them. Evidently, they never came to fruition. How does it look for the Shenandoah Valley School?
Actually, at the last board meeting, it was passed. It was adopted. So we're really excited that there's an alternative way to teach students, that there's a different place that has a different pedagogy than our other schools. Just another alternative, and our board was very supportive. In fact, over the last year, they've been talking about ways to engage disenfranchised students and maybe bring some of our students back who live in Amador County, but for whatever reason want an alternative, a different way to learn, and maybe go to other counties. So the board actually was very, very much interested.
Okay, so is that coming back to the board? Or the board passed it?
The board passed it.
Okay. Was this up before the board at another time that I just didn't know about?
It was at the last board meeting, and they have 60 days to respond.
Oh.
And so they responded.
They don't have the thing where they have to put it on the agenda and then come back and vote on it at another time, like the other branches of our government here, right?
No.
Okay.
Some things they do. Some things you have to bring twice.
Okay.
But this is just their approval or not.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. I've already talked to you, and I think we could do with probably quite a few different methods of teaching people. Probably from my own my own experience and my kids, that people are different.
Absolutely.
And how is this school going to be different?
This school is going to be different in Amador County in that there's an option for students who might not necessarily be ready to go to the junior high. It's a smaller environment. It's more along the lines of K-8. The instruction is different. The pedagogy is different. It's a hands-on environment where students get to explore, be creative. It's arts-based as well as history and agrarian, and so students will learn science, studying crops and plants and outside. Students will learn, history through not only reading about it, but reading about source documents, reading the words Thomas Jefferson said, looking at his letters and figuring out for himself what he meant, as opposed to a secondary document like a textbook that says, this is what Thomas Jefferson said and this is what he meant. So students can interpret that on their own with guidance, and it's more hands-on and project-based. And as we were talking, you sort of said organized chaos, but it was really organized. And it absolutely is. Kids learn by doing and being engaged, and sometimes that's a noisy process. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't organization, and that's not the best way some students will learn.
Okay, I hope we wet your whistle for the subject here, and we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back. Stay with us here on TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.